Hello everybody and welcome to ABE Live, your microbiology rendezvous. I am 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗍, Communication Manager at ABE, and today I am with Ines. Hello Ines.
Hello Sylvain.
How are you?
First? I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, good, very good. Can you first introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. I'm Ines Ahmed. I'm Product Manager at 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗍𝗶𝗵𝗍, and I'm in charge of air sampling.
And that's perfect because this is the topic of today. So here is what we are going to talk about. So first, we will see microbiological air quality monitoring. We will after see sampling campaigns. We will have feedback from a user, and then of course we will see all the benefits of using an air sampler. So just before we start, I will tell you how it's going to work. So I will ask some questions to Ines. But the idea is you can also ask questions. You have a chat box just next to the video where you can send directly your questions, and we will be able to answer it at any time. So really feel free to ask any questions. And of course, if you like this kind of video, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell, so then you will be notified at any new videos on our YouTube channel. So Ines, let's start.
Yes.
So first question, very simple. Why do you sample the air?
Well, Sylvain, we sample the air in controlled environments to determine and limit the risk of airborne biocontamination. If we take the example of a food industry, we want to avoid any contamination in the food products, so we need to evaluate the microorganisms present in the air to avoid and limit the contamination of the food product.
So here you are talking about food industry, but could this also concern other industries?
Yes, totally. It can concern also other industry. I talked about the food industry, but also, for example, pharmaceutical industry. In this area where they produce critical products, of course, they want to avoid any contamination in this product. And to do that, we need to control the environment and control the quality of the air. It's also true for other type of activities, other applications. For example, in hospitals, if we take the example of surgery room, we want to make sure that there is no biocontamination in the air to avoid any healthcare-associated infection in the patients. But
how do you control the air?
So to control the air, we can look into the standards, which is the ISO 14698. In this standard, it is specified describing how to control environment for clean room and control environment. In the standard, it says that biocontamination can occur through waters, through also surfaces, but also through air. And we want to focus on that for today. So for the air, what it says is that we can use two main methods, either a passive method or an active method.
Okay, and what's the difference? The differences between these two methods?
So I can describe both methods for you. So the first one is the passive method. In the passive method, what we will do is that we use a culture plate that we will put on a surface, and then we will wait by sedimentation that the microorganisms will go onto this culture plate. We go for incubation after that, and then enumeration. And with this analysis of the culture plate, we will be able to deduce by probability the microorganism present in the area that is controlled. With the active method, now we will use an equipment. With this equipment, what we will do is to aspirate actually a volume of air, and this air will be impacted on a culture plate. And then we will be able... Sylvain, what do you do?
You said aspirate the air,
yeah,
so
but
it's...
that's not the sort of equipment I'm talking about. I
okay.
can show you later on if you want. Maybe we can focus because it's a bit loud.
No, I stop. Okay, sorry. So let's be serious. In which cases do we use the passive method, and in which cases do we use the active method?
Actually, both methods can be used depending on the application. For example, in food industry, we can see that sometimes the passive method is used and sometimes the active method is used. And it's recommended to use the active method. But in the pharmaceutical industry, you can see both methods used at the same time, and each of the methods will have a different outcome in terms of results.
So you talked about an equipment, so I understand it's not a vacuum.
Yes.
But what is it exactly?
So the equipment that we use to sample the air is an air sampler, just simply. So the air sampler is actually an equipment that will collect the air, and this air will go through a grid. This air will be then impacted on a culture plate, and the culture plate will go to incubation. After incubation, we will be able to do the enumeration at the impact points on the culture plate. And with this enumeration, we'll be able to determine what is the number of CFU present in a certain volume of the area. So it's the CFU per cubic meter.
Okay, but now, how the laboratory or the company that wants to analyze its environment, will manage all the process?
Well, this is described in the standard, so in the ISO 14698, and what it says is that each structure needs to define a sample plan. And in these sample plans, we need to define sample campaigns where you will define the locations that you want to sample, so you risk zones. And then on this location, you want to know what type of contamination you are looking for. So with the type of contamination you are looking for, you will know which culture plate to use. And you will also define the frequency of sampling that will happen in each of these locations. With the frequency, you also need to determine what volume you will sample in each of these locations. For the volume, it's quite simple. If you are in a room where you have a threshold of acceptable biocontamination that is quite higher, for example, a room that is not sterile with people coming in and out, you will be you need to sample a lower volume to be able to have a good reading of your culture plate after incubation. If you are in a room where, for example, a clean room or a room where the contamination needs to be kept at a low level, you need to sample a higher volume of air to make sure that you can detect all potential contamination present in the air.
Can you give us a specific example of this process?
Yes, of course. So I prepare an example to show you what can a sample plan look like. So here in my example, I have 3 different rooms: a production room, a common area, and a control zone. And what we can see is that in the common area and the control zone, you have a higher threshold of biocontamination accepted. So you will have to sample a lower volume of air. Whereas in the production area, where you have more critical activity going on, you need to sample a higher volume of air. Here it's 900 liters to make sure that you can catch up all potential biocontamination in the room.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Ines, for this introduction. Just to remind you, you can, of course, ask questions. As I said at the beginning of the video, we are glad to have some feedback from a user, an air sampler user. So let's have a look at this testimonial and see you right away. Hello, Olena, and thank you very much to be here. Can you first present yourself and your company?
Hello, my company is a Ukrainian company that focuses on producing ready-to-use microbiological media. I am a specialist from production laboratory. One of my role is control the environment in the facility.
Okay. Today we focus on air sampling. Can you explain why do you sample the air of your facility?
All microbiological media must be free from microorganisms, and way to this goal is a clean area, a clean environment.
You are using an AIRWEL to sample your air. What comfort this device bring you?
This device is small and light, comfortable to hand. All surface I can wipe with the disinfectant to put this to clean room. Easy to use, and the device has the intuitive interface.
Okay, thank you very much. So thanks again, Olena, for this great testimonial. And as you can see, air control is also very important for companies such as a media manufacturer. I think it's time to play Who Wants to Win a 𝗏𝗍𝗃? So we have a special gift for one of you, but before that, you have to answer these questions. Which standard did we mention at the start of the live? Is it A, ISO 12345, B, ISO 72 and 18, C, ISO 14 and 698, sorry, or D, it's hard for me to say numbers in English. That's very, very true. It's very simple. You just have to answer A, B, C, or D in the chat box, and we will proceed to a lottery at the end of this video, and the winner will have the 𝗏𝗍𝗃. So the 𝗏𝗍𝗃 is the microbiological game made in ABE. Ines.
Yes.
I think now it's the hands-on time. So we have an AIRWEL here. Can you tell us a bit more about this device?
Yes, sure. So this is the AIRWEL. So as you can see, it's quite compact. It has a handle and it's fairly light. It weighs 1 kilo and 600 grams. So this equipment is composed of the body, and this is the command control. And here you have the head. The air will enter here and will go out just here to avoid any, to bring any contamination while you control the air. So just like this, you can open and see the inside.
Can you explain a little bit more how it works?
Yeah, so how it works, very simple. So you have your air sampler, and this is your culture plate that you want to use to sample. So you just put your culture plate such as this here, then you can close it, and here you go, you're ready to use it and to sample your air.
Okay, here you're using a 90mm plate, right?
Yes.
Can you fit over Petri dish sizes?
Yes, you can fit any Petri dish sizes, because if I can show you here, so this is a 90mm Petri plate, as we said, and it's fixed on the 3 supports that you can see here, and these supports are adjustable. So any brands of culture plate that you use, you can adjust specifically for your Petri dish. But also for the one using contact plates, we have a second version for contact plates, so for plates from 55mm to 65mm.
Okay, and what kind of material is the grid made of?
Yes, the grid that I have just here, this one is made of stainless steel. So it's a grid with a unique serial number on it, and it is autoclavable. But we also do have different kind of grid. So this one, it's a polycarbonate grid, and it's autoclavable 10 times. And we have a third type of grid, which is triple wrapped, and this one is sterile and can be used for each of your sampling sessions. Okay.
Another important topic is the speed, and how fast is the sampling with the AIRWEL?
So Sylvain, the one that I have here is a 100 liters per minute flow rate AIRWEL. But we also have another version, which is 200 liters per minute flow rate AIRWEL. So with the 200 liters per minute, you can do your sampling campaigns actually twice faster, because you go twice faster with your flow rate. So if we take again the example of our previous sampling plan, you can see that it's way faster.
But just another question, if you use 200 liters per minute, doesn't have an impact on the results?
Actually, it's a very good question that we ask ourselves. So what we did is a study to evaluate the risk of sampling at 200 liters per minute. What we have done is, first of all, to evaluate the first risk, which is the dehydration of the culture plate. So we actually measured the dehydration of the culture plate with the sampling at 100 liters per minute and with the sampling at 200 liters per minute. What we observe, and this is on the left side of your screen, we observe that actually the culture plate used with the 200 liters per minute AIRWEL were less dehydrated because they are, the sampling time is shorter. So actually, it's good news. The quality of the culture plate is preserved. But we really wanted to know if the result can be impaired with this flow rate. So we also did a sampling campaigns with different culture plates at 100 liters per minute. This is on your right side. So the blue is 100 liters per minute and the orange is 200 liters per minute. And what we observe, we actually...
It's very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar. We observe that it's very similar. All the results showed no significant differences. So you can go 2 times faster without impairing any of your results.
Okay, that's very good. So you can make your sampling plan more quickly with the same results. But do you have to choose your sampling volume every time you enter in a new place or in a new room?
Actually, with the AIRWEL Plus, you don't need to enter every time your volume that you want to sample. You can program your different places, the location that you want to sample, and associate the volume with the place. Another way also to facilitate this sampling plan is to use accessories such as the barcode reader that I just have here. And it's a way to make your sampling process way faster.
Okay, so how does it work?
So I'll just show you now. So first of all, I would like to show you not only the ease of sampling with the barcode reader, but also what benefit it brings in terms of traceability. So if we go back to the air sampler, you can see that I have to log in to use the air sampler. So it's a way for me to have the traceability of who actually used the air sampler. So then the barcode reader will connect by Bluetooth to the air sampler. And I have also this location preset card. With this preset card, I already put the right volume that I want to sample linked to this location.
So here it's A1?
Exactly.
Okay.
So in my A1 location, I know the volume that I want to sample. Then, I'm sorry, I just have to connect it. And then I have also another advantage with the barcode reader is to have the sample ID of each of my sample. So in my culture plate, I have a barcode that I can actually scan. So I will show you now. And my equipment will recognize my sample ID. So I have all the traceability of my sample like this. And then I want to sample at my A1 location. Okay. So I will just scan my barcode, and then the equipment recognize my location and what volume to be sampled. So I just need to press OK, and it will start sampling right away.
Okay. Well, actually, it's less noisy than my vacuum.
Yeah, it's better, no?
Yeah, very better. Yeah.
I still pause it.
So you talk about traceability. Can you explain what's available for all the traceability?
Yes. So I begin to talk about traceability. I talk about user traceability, the location, places traceability, the time and date, of course, and also the volume that you sample. All of this information, you can also find it in the software. In the air sampler software, you will have first a way to launch sampling remotely, but also all your information about all your sampling campaigns. You can sort the information, filter the information, and you can generate reports. Either report for a single sampling that you have done, or a report for a whole campaign, or several sampling that you have done according to a certain place or a certain user, up to you and totally customizable.
Okay. So no questions for the moment, so you are lucky.
Hopefully
I remind you,
clear.
if you have any questions, you still have time. So another topic, Ines, considering that you have to follow a control plan, as we said, with several checkpoints, several places. Is this device easy to transport? It seems very light.
Yes, so as I showed you earlier, it has the handle and it's also very well balanced. So it's very easy and comfortable to go from location to location to do your sampling campaign. And we said it also earlier, it's 1 kilo and 600 grams. So I can...
yeah, I need to do
the
last comparison.
Okay, so what do you think?
It's actually lighter.
Yeah,
so yeah, very.
It's a good point. So it's very easy to go from point to point to do all of your sampling campaign. But we also do have accessories to even more facilitate this sampling campaign. We have different support to put it on the bench, and also it can hold by itself upwards on the bench. And we also have tripods such as this one, where you can put your AIRWEL and orient it in a way that you can orient it towards the area that you want to control particularly.
Okay. And other topic, is this device just suitable for standard air control?
Actually, Sylvain, the AIRWEL, of course, is for standard air control, but also for compressed gas, thanks to the equipment that we have just here, which is the gas station. So the gas station is an equipment that is made to control the quality of your compressed gas. It's very simple. You have to plug your outlet of gas just here, and then the gas station will be able to regulate the airflow of the gas flow that is coming up to match the flow rate to the AIRWEL. Then you just put the bell, such as this, and you can sample as you would sample the air on a culture plate.
Okay. We also have a tutorial for this gas station. You can find it on YouTube to see how it works actually.
Yes. And also, just to mention, the gas station, the compressed gas that we can analyze is compressed air, CO2, nitrogen, and argon.
Okay, great. We have some questions. We have a question from Azin. Hello, Azin.
Hello, Azin.
Can you tell me between single head vs multi-head, 2 or 3, the benefits and weakness?
The benefits and weakness between different heads, I would say that actually, according to your sampling plan, if you want to, if you are looking for one type of biocontamination, one single head will be enough, especially if you are with 200 liters per minute. You can imagine that 1,000 liters, for example, it's only 5 minutes, so it's not that long of a time for doing your sampling campaigns.
Okay. And another question from Emad Reda. Hello.
Hello.
What is the battery capacity in terms of operation hours?
It's. I have a. I'm sorry, I just forget this number.
I remember in the brochures that was not in hours but in
liters,
volume.
Yes, in volume. 70,000, I think, right? 70,000 liters of sampled air that you can sample before going out.
Okay, and then another question from a super microbiologist. What is, hello.
Hello.
What is your recommendation for disinfecting the grid between samples?
So if you are talking about the stainless steel, the grid can be autoclaved. If you are also for the polycarbonate, that can be autoclaved 10 times. And then between each of the sample in the same sample campaign, you can use your detergent, your laboratory detergent with a lingette. I'm sorry, I forgot, a tissue, wet cloth for disinfecting your grid.
Okay, and don't use a vacuum like the one I have. That's not a good idea. Another question from Hani. Hi, it's more about a question about cost. Just to tell you, we have our manager from the export team, which is on the chat also. He will discuss with you after this session to talk about more details about the cost and everything. I have another question, so it's my question
it's
now.
yours, okay.
But still, if you have some more questions, feel free to ask. It's very good to have some questions from you as well. So how can I be sure that my airflow will be effective over the years?
Yes, indeed, the airflow needs to be verified and maintained over the year because you want to have repeatable results in between all of your sampling. For that, first of all, when you receive an AIRWEL, it comes with the calibration certificate from Alliance 𝗵𝗺𝗍𝗇𝗃. This calibration and the maintenance should be done yearly, and we offer service contract to do this.
Okay. Okay, so it was my last question actually. So you still have a bit of time if you have a few more questions. Now it's I think it's my favorite moment because we are going to see who wins our quiz, who wins the 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. So the correct answer was the ISO
14698.
Well done. And the winner is. Okay, 𝗪𝗺𝗽𝗃, congrats to you.
Congratulations.
You win the 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. Yeah, we can applause. So just before closing this session, we will see if there is more questions. But I would like to say a word about this studio, this live studio. We designed it for you as you can also enjoy private demo from anywhere in the world. So if you would like to see one of our solutions, we will be glad to meet you on a private demonstration. As you can see, we have a range dedicated to food sample preparation.
Yes.
We also have a range for the media preparation. And yeah, if you want to see, feel free to contact us through our website or through your local contact, such as we work with great partners all around the world. So let's see if we have more questions. I think it's okay. If you still have some questions, or if you are looking at this video on replay, you can of course contact us through our website. So. It's time to say bye-bye. Ines, thank you very much, and thank you to all of you for your time. And see you soon for another online session.
Thank you, Sylvain. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.